Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, the last time we got together, for the last video, we talked about this channel and what you could expect from listening to this channel. And one of the terms I used was, this channel is for kind of weird people. People that see things differently. People that have had experience getting out of the box and off the beaten path. So we're going to be discussing things that aren't normally shared on YouTube. I made a statement in the last video by Max Planck. Max Planck was worked on quantum physics, one of the founders, and he had a saying that sounds a little bit unusual, so I thought I would say it again before we get started on our new video. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And how interesting is that? And it goes right along with the Copenhagen meeting of quantum physics, where they discussed the fact that the observer, or you as the observer, affects what you observe. Very controversial that you sitting there watching this video and me sitting here making the video, looking at the camera, I'm changing the reality that I see because of me, because of what's going on inside of me. The observer affects the observed. And so by the way you are thinking, by the way you are observing, that should be observing, and the way that you process information determines what you're going to see. It's not what's outside of you that is important. It is how you interpret what's outside of you that is important. Different concept. Because we think the outside is a fixed place, a fixed world. And it's not. It's very fluid because of how our vision varies. Well, anyway, that's what good old Max thought or came up with. Now, this video, we're going to talk about grievances. Ever had a grievance? Ever had a someone that or something that upsets you? Carrying grievances can be very tiring and it'll wear you out. Your grievances that you carry have a lot of energy. And to carry that energy around and maintain that grievance take a lot of energy, and it'll wear you out. Now, what are grievances? And also grievances can be either real or imagined. Again, the observer affects what's observed. If you believe the grievance is real, for you, it's real. The truth isn't important, as we have stated before. What is important is what you believe the truth is. Again, the observer affects what's observed. Very difficult concept in the egoic world. So now, we're going to do a little science, and we're going to finish it on the whiteboard. But for now, a little science. Let me see if I can. What do I have here? I'll put it down here. What is this? A wine glass. Oh. Now there's all kinds of wine glasses. And each one, along with other things, but right now we're talking wine glasses, each one has a unique characteristic. And when you strike the wine glass with another hard instrument, and I have here part of a spoon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it. I'll put it close to my microphone. I'm going to hit it. Now you should be able to hear that. I'll do it again. You hear that? Isn't that a nice tone? Now there's a name for that tone. There's nothing in the glass. I'm holding the bottom, and I'm striking it with a metal object, and it's releasing a tone. And that tone is its natural frequency. To get that natural frequency or that tone, many things go into it. The type of glass, the type of silicon that was used, how pure it was, how thin it is, how hot it got, and all kinds of chemical interactions within making the wine glass vibrate the way it does when it gets hit. So we're going to use that idea of the natural frequency when we talk about being offended or holding grievances. So stick around and we'll see how much fun we can have in a moment. Welcome back, and thanks for sticking around. Now, this is what we're going to talk about. This is that I put up here. Grievances will wear you out. Grievances will wear you out. So the best thing is not to have grievances. The second best thing is, if you have them, get rid of them. So let's talk about how you get them. I'm going to use a model that I did before, and I'll reference that other video up here, but this will be quite a bit different, but not in concept. Same concept. Now, in the intro, I talked about a wine glass and its natural frequency. So I'm going to draw a wine glass as best I can. A wine glass. I hope it shows up. I think it will. Now, you know, with wine glasses, you can go to a party sometimes and they'll have a bunch of wine glasses, and people will put different levels of liquid, whether it's wine or water or juice, different levels of liquid, and then when you tap it, like I did with my little spoon handle here, you tap it, and it will ring a natural frequency, which will be different if it has water in it or liquid. And the different levels of liquid will have a different tone. So if you're very clever, you can come up with all of the tones that you need to create a song. The octave. You can come up with a whole octave. And they did that a lot of places. And it was a lot of fun. So just to let you know that the glass changes its natural frequency depending on how thick it is, how thin it is, how tall it is. All kinds of physical properties will go into determining the resonant, or natural frequency. The resonant natural frequency. Now, a long time ago, long for some of you, short time for me, before CDs, you had tape. And I remember in advertising where they were advertising tape for tape players, they had an ad where a lady, I don't remember her name right now. No, I don't remember her name. Had a wine glass sitting on a pedestal. And she would sing the natural frequency of the wine glass. And as she increased her volume, the wine glass would vibrate and faster and faster and faster, and then break. Boom! And then, of course, that changed the natural frequency, and so that's when it stopped. And the advertising was, is it real or is it, I think it was Memorex tape. You're a wine glass from the sense that you have certain natural frequencies that you have created inside of you. Now, how do you get a natural frequency? your belief system, what you believe to be true for you. Isn't that interesting? Again, your belief system comes into looking at how you operate in your environment. So now the metaphor. And so this is called the singer and the wine glass. So if we have, now I got to draw a singer. So here is, you know, I only draw stick figures, so I'll do the best I can. Let's make it a female. Doesn't have to be, but we'll make it a female. Singer. Now the female singer, or whoever it is singing their tune. That's all they're doing. They're just singing their tune. And this here wine glass, now it represents you. So as this singer is singing away, it strikes the wine glass natural frequency. And the wine glass then starts to vibrate. Oh, so we have a frequency of energy that the wine glass is absorbing. And now it's vibrating. Now if the singer continues to increase the volume at the same pitch, what happens to the wine glass? Oh, the wine glass will develop a crack and explode. Pieces go over here and there and everywhere. Or it just has a little crack and that changes the natural frequency, and then it doesn't matter because this is in a different tune, different frequency, and it will no longer affect the glass. So what does this have to do with grievances? You see, everybody's out there doing their thing, including you. But when you take offense, when you develop a grievance against, here's the singer, against the singer for singing their song. Now, there are certain things you could do. You could say, well, that's what she's doing. She's getting paid for it, or she enjoys what she's doing, and that's okay. But if it is vibrating you, you have some choices. You can either move out of the range of the frequency. You can put wax in your ears, or you could change your belief system. Those are some of the things. So if you change your belief system, in other words, you put, now we have the glass, we put a little water in it, take the crack out, and now we put a little water in it, In other words, we've changed the glass. It won't vibrate that way. Why does it vibrate the way it is? Why do you vibrate the way you do? Your belief system. Your belief system. And what's your belief system made up of? Which is uniquely yours? Your past experiences, your memories. Now, memories are created, as we have talked about before. So your memories are created. They're not real. They're created based upon the observer and the observed. How you observe your world and how you create memories of those experiences. So you can change your belief system, you change your natural frequency. And if the singer is still singing, now you see, these are things we don't talk about too much. Why? What are they? Politics and religion are two that come to mind real quick. You know, how you raise kids, we have all kinds of beliefs. And if someone sings their song that causes us to vibrate, oh, we get so upset. And then, now this happens a lot on Facebook. I look at, every once in a while, I, by chance, get on Facebook, and I look at all the different things that are going on, and in some cases, people get upset or hold grievances against other people for what they say. You know, and they're just singing their song as best they can. And they say, oh, I can't believe that. That's terrible. How can you ever think that? And then they stop talking to each other. Won't talk to each other, or they do it in anger. And to maintain that kind of energy will wear you out. Will wear you out. It'll cause you to be sad or angry. Now, what are you angry about? Are you angry about her or the singer? Now, your first thing you're going to say is, well, yeah, look what they said. What did they do? Look how they think. Now, if you look real close at A Course in Miracles, there's one lesson that says, I'm going to put together a playlist on being offended. And it'll have a lot of this information in it. But in the Course in Miracles, it says, you're never, now that's very strong, you're never upset for the reason you think. Now in this case, you're upset because of what the singer is singing. The observer affects the observed. You are upset not because what she is singing, you're upset because of your interpretation of what she's singing. She's just singing her song. That doesn't upset you. What upsets you is how you, through your belief system, your past, your memories, are interpreting what she's singing. She doesn't have to do anything to have you let go of your grief. You have to interpret it differently. Now, how do you interpret it differently? You say, oh, well, Mike, how would you interpret this different? Look what they said. Look what they do. How do they do that? How would you ever interpret that differently? Change your belief system. No, that's what I believe. You believe it because of memories that you created. And you can change them. Why? It's your creation. You're in control. When you get grieved, here's another part of the problem, not the problem, another part of the situation. When you get a grievance, there is a certain energy, a righteousness, based upon your belief system, there is a righteousness to how you feel about what they're singing. Has a certain vibration too. And you can get addicted to that. You can get addicted to your emotional feelings in the body. And some people do. Some people enjoy, can't go through the day without getting angry, without raising their energy. No peace of mind. So, in the description, I go into a lot of detail about being offended, and I have some bullets in there. I'm not going to put them on the board because there's too many. So I'm just going to mention them and see if it makes any sense to you. Because it's things that we have already discussed. Nothing outside of you means anything. This doesn't mean anything. Her singing, what she's singing, how she's doing, doesn't mean anything until you interpret it through your beliefs. You put the meaning on it. You have given everything in your life all the meaning it has for you, including what she's doing. You can't understand anything from the outside. You can't understand anything directly. Everything must be interpreted by you, because you put the meaning on it. And here's all that statement already made. You're never offended for the reason you think. You are always offended because you see something that isn't there now. You know what it is? Your past. You interpret this information through your past. And you haven't reached the point that you recognize the past is gone. The past isn't here. There's nothing real in the past. In the illusion, you believe there is. The mind is preoccupied with the past, and you can see nothing as it is now. Oh, there's so much that the observer is creating their world with. Now, A Course in Miracles. a short reference. It is as sure as those that hold grievance will suffer guilt, as it is certain those that forgive will find peace. If you hold a grievance, if you hold grievances, if you get upset easy, if you can't find your way without yelling at somebody, you're always going to have guilt in your life. When you start forgiving yourself and forgiving others, you find peace of mind. Oh, we have much to talk about here in the illusion. So be good to yourself. And we look forward to seeing you next time here in the illusion. Bye now.